Saqiyuq, Rhoda Katsak explains, is a North Baffin Inuktitut word for a wind that whips across the land or ice, changing directions but maintaining its speed. This book is a collection of stories from 3 Inuit women's lives. Together, the stories offer one family's experience of almost a century of shifting winds in the eastern high Arctic. The Inuit have developed and pursued cultural practices that ensured their survival in a difficult, often erratic Arctic environment. Most recently, Inuit culture has met with globalization and the forces of modernity. Snowmobiles, televisions, video games, and teen dances now assume their place alongside traditional hunting, skin clothing, bone tools, and dog teams. Storytelling. For generations, storytelling has been an integral part of Inuit social life. Oral traditions range from anecdotes of events and historical accounts to elaborate legends, myths, epics, origin and creation stories, proverbs, poems, and versed songs. Stories that transmit knowledge about family and local histories, about connection to the landscape, about complex and complementary animal-human relations, and about Inuit conceptions of the universe have been recounted for centuries in imaginative and rich detail in a number of settings. Curled up on the corner of her flowered couch one evening, her face glowing in fond recollection, Apphia recounted to me her childhood memories of being tucked into a bed of warm caribou skins with her brothers, sisters, and cousins, listening to her grandmother Kaukjak's stories. Tracing shapes with her hands, she described how she watched the shadows from the Kudlik flame dance on the sod house walls as her grandmother filled the dark winter night with tales. Stories like these were told to the beat of women's hands, cleaning and scraping skins in igloos, sod houses, and skin tents. They were retold to the rhythm of sled runners scraping on the snow during long spring trips on kamatiks. They were harmonized with the incessant buzz of mosquitoes during summer treks inland in search of caribou. In fall and winter camps, when groups congregated, nighttime gatherings would take place in large ceremonial snow houses called qagit, where elders would recount celebrated hunting stories and Inuit legends, and people would sing songs and drum dance. Apphia Awa was born in 1931 in a summer caribou hunting camp in the northern Fox Basin region of the eastern high Arctic. She spent most of her life until 1972 traveling with her family across tundra and sea ice between hunting camps, fishing spots, and trading posts. Her 6th child, Rhoda Katsak, was born in 1957 and raised on the land until the age of 8, when she was sent to federal day school and boarded in hostels in the settlement of Inuit. Rhoda's eldest daughter, Sandra Katsak, was born in 1973. She has grown up in Pond Inlet, a community continually in flux, where Inuit and Western cultures have established an uneasy coexistence. I first came to know Apphia, Rhoda, and Sandra in the summer of 1991, 2 years before this project began. I was in my mid-20s and in the high Arctic for the first time, spending 3 months in Pond Inlet doing fieldwork for my master's thesis in cultural anthropology. My research that summer was moving at a disconcertingly slow pace. I felt the awkwardness of having to balance my status as temporary resident, a generously tolerated guest, in this close-knit Indigenous community against my need to negotiate a path through the academic world. The first month had passed, and I still hadn't worked up the nerve to conduct formal interviews. I had met all 3 women in my first week in the settlement, and during that initial fumbling period, they were among the first to graciously volunteer to take part in my small project. We held a few interviews together, but as the summer passed, we became companions. I took comfort in the family's hospitality and spent more and more evenings and weekends in the Katsak's living room, having coffee with Rhoda or her daughters, chatting, reading, watching TV, or simply being silent. When the summer ended, I left.